Hello everybody, it's September 25th, 2023. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin's action. First, what I said on Friday is that we were looking at two possible paths, both of which lead downwards. Number one, we could have the direct route with 21.4 to 22.1 being the target as of right now. We could see extensions that would push that lower, but as of right now, that's the target. As long as Bitcoin is below 27.8, that's valid. We've had some action since then that actually can move that down. We can use about 27.3 as the level that needs to hold now for the bears to push this down on the direct route. The indirect route is that we could see the bulls push upwards to 28 to 29 if the bears fail here, but that's just going to reset the B wave higher up before it drops into the 21 and 24 region. So no matter what, I think we're going down to that low 20K area. And then the unlikely alternate bull scenario is if it morphs into 5 waves above 30K, then I'll start looking for longs on pullbacks. But we really are not strongly suggesting that based on the action we've seen. So just a quick overview. Let me zoom out here to 4-hour chart. All right, so we're looking for a resolution in this potentially bullish structure here. It's not a great bullish structure because we do have an A, B, C up. That's not good. Usually when you see an ABC, it means we're going to get reversal, but the bears really haven't done too much in this area here to really say, they're ready to push it down. So I'm keeping track of the bullish potential here. Now, even if this is bullish, it doesn't mean new high. This may just be making a WXY up into this sort of 40 to high 50 area. It's possible it's making a diagonal upwards to new highs, but it's going to be something we need to really keep a close eye on. Now, all of that being said, because this is an ABC up, it is still quite possible that we get a move down, like that this does not hold, that this yellow area does not hold, and it just crashes through. So below 20K is a warning. Honestly, below 21K is a warning, and below 17.9, call it 18K, is real bad for the bulls. And we would expect then from there we're probably going to see like 10K or even potentially lower than that. So keep that in mind, but we're just kind of waiting to see. It seems like it's playing out right now to give us this yellow area, which may then bounce us up. And if it does hold, we're going to be targeting about 38K at a minimum. So we've got some good profit to be made there if that area holds and it continues to prove this path. But like I said, it's going to be choppy. It's going to be hard to track, but it is, I think, what I'm leaning towards at this point in time. So that being said, we're waiting for WXY to play out. Here's W, here's X, and we're waiting for this Y to play out. Within Y, we should see ABC down. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for. And the two paths are either the direct route, A, we're already done with B, and we're working on yellow C. In favor of this is that we have an impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and then chop up for this wave 2. So there's wave 1, there's wave 2, which means we should be then heading down 3, 4, 5 to end off C, right? So I'm leaning in favor of the yellow. However, if the bears fail to push this down, then it's possible, if the bulls can get it above 27.3, because that is the invalidation of this new little 5-wave move down that we have. Now, it's not the cleanest 5-wave move in the world, but it is a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Because it's not too clean, though, that's why I'm still kind of saying, we might get the blue scenario, but because this could easily be counted as ABC as well, and it could go up from there. But anyway, the larger 5-wave impulse here is compelling. So I do lean in favor of yellow. Let's call it 60% in favor of yellow and 40% in favor of blue. All right, but blue is essentially the same as yellow. Basically, it's just This is not the A wave here, it's here instead. This is not the B wave here, it'll be up here instead, and we're working on it right now with the WXY, right? And then we'll still see a C wave drop, okay? So that is a possibility, that's the alternate scenario. And then unlikely, very unlikely bull alternate scenario is that if somehow we get something that looks like this upwards north of 30K, then potentially we already bottomed here, and we can then look for pullbacks somewhere in the, you know, maybe 26 to 28 region roughly. We'll have to wait and see how high it gets, but that seems quite unlikely right now, as I said. So if we zoom in even more, let me go down to like a 5-minute chart, what we should see is, here's the end of that little micro impulse that I said, that's our 5. We should now see an ABC up. So I think we've got A, I think we got B. We're supporting right now, actually on that B wave support. And we might already be in the C wave. So it's possible it's not done. We could get, you know, this to move down a little bit more, something like that, before going up. But I think in the short term, we probably have slightly more up to go, most likely. And this would target, at this point, let's say the bottom's already in here with this little B wave. We're going to be looking somewhere in the 26.5 to 26.8 region for the end of the C wave, unless this drops further, in which case that drags that down, right? But as of right now, if that's what it's doing, that's the area that I would target to potentially pick up additional shorts if you really wanted to. I am already short. I may or may not add shorts there, depends on how it looks. But that is a very possible area there. And Bitcoin loves to hunt stops, and I'm sure there's a ton of people that have their stops right there. So seeing it spike above that and then die would really make a lot of sense, but we'll see. We will see what it ends up doing, but that is my current expectation. And again, as long as it's below this 27.3 area, there's no issue at all with this bouncing, because this is then our first wave, second wave before the third wave down. And we can even kind of estimate here, just see if that lines up with our third wave. Let's do some extra fib magic here on this. This would be our 1, and maybe 2 is there. Yeah, it would have to extend a little bit to get down there. 23.8 is what this says, but it can easily extend down to lower 23s to hit that wave 3 target, so that's not an issue. And let's do one more fib extension. I want to look at this one here. This one to this 2. Yeah, that's reasonable. This is within the reasonable area for wave 1 to end right there, and wave 2 to come back up to about the 236. There's nothing wrong with that. So we're looking solid for the bears to probably continue to push this down. Again, you know, I give it 60% to the yellow that we're going to continue downwards. So as long as we're below 27.3, that's my expectation. But again, if we go up to 28 to 29, it does not mean that we're entering a new bull market quite yet. It's got to do 5 waves above 30K to do that. All right, I think that's all I've got to say. We'll see what the action the rest of the week brings, and we will go from there. I'll talk to you probably on Friday if action warrants it.